Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the thing I stated the first time where I said that drivers all age differently. And by saying that, in 2001, drivers over 70 were involved in fewer crashes per 100,000 population than those 16 to 54. And almost half as many as these drivers, 21 and 24, while those over the age of 65 made up 14.4% of all drivers. In 2001, they accounted for only 8.4% of fatal crashes. 12.12% of all drivers fatalities, and 12.8% of all crashes regardless of the severity. The people most likely to be injured in all these crashes were the elderly themselves and not the innocent bystanders. And there's no evidence that older drivers cause crashes in which they themselves are not involved. As the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration commented, in a two-vehicle fatal car crash, an older and a younger person, the older person's vehicle was 3 times more likely to be the one that got hit, not the younger person's. So in saying that, age really doesn't even matter at this point, because it could, as you see the numbers, it shows that 16-year-olds to 50-year-olds are the ones that they're the ones to be more involved in accidents than the elderly people, and it's not because of their medical conditions, it's just like the lack of experience. And then there is substantial evidence in today's elderly drivers are more careful, and the crash rates for older people are low because older drivers self-regulate. Again, with self-regulating, they're constantly self-regulating themselves. They avoid congested areas, they avoid left turns, they avoid driving in unfamiliar roads. And I found this quote from a lady on ABC interview, and she put, "I hardly even go to the mall anymore," as Zuckerberg said. "I probably put gas in the car once a month, if that. That tells you how much driving I really do." And then recently she said that she had felt pressure to quit. "My children have been bothering me that it's time," Zuckerberg said. "They hear all the stories in the news about people my age having trouble. I'm almost blind in my right eye, but I see just fine with my left. I don't like this. I don't like my daughter needing to take me everywhere." So this is just some evidence to say how drivers are actually looking out for themselves and other people, and they're trying to keep the road safe. And then my last thing is a problem with testing, that age-based testing, it's not very effective because it's a little bit more subjective. First, while in the 28 states requires all drivers to come to the Department of Motor Vehicles, they renew their license. Only a few states specify an age limit for appearing in person, but all these states, whether and how old a person is restricted, it's basically off the examiner and how the elderly person looks.